If you're coming to Barcelona this August 2025, in this video, I'm going to be sharing some of the top events, neighborhood festivals, and summer activities that happen across the city. But before we dive in and you start scribbling down all these notes, I've packed everything you need into the Patrick Guide to Barcelona, my complete guidebook with maps, tips, insider recommendations, and everything you need to make the most out of your trip. It's like having me right there while you explore. You can grab it using the QR code right here, or I'll leave a link down in the description. Now, before we get into all the specifics, I want to address something that I always mention. August is not my favorite month to visit Barcelona. If you've seen my 7 Don'ts of Barcelona video, you already know why. It's the hottest month of the year. Hot, humid, and sticky, and in the second half of the month, a lot of the locals leave town for vacation. Now, the main tourist attractions won't be affected, but that means you may run into restaurant or shop closers, especially if you're here towards the end of the month. That said, if August is when you're coming, don't worry and don't let me freak you out. You can still have a great time. Just plan your activities with that heat in mind. Mornings are the best times to do some of those big exploring activities, and even later into the evening. But during the hottest part of the day, usually from 2 to 6 p.m., consider cooling off at a museum, your hotel, or even at the beach. Now, the biggest event of the month is taking place on August 10th. FC Barcelona is back in the Camp Nou. The stadium will see its first action since the renovation project started 2 seasons ago, and 60,000 fans will be able to watch the annual Joan Gamper Trophy. It's the club's traditional preseason match, and it's dedicated to the founder of the club. And this year is extra special. Not only it's the 60th year edition of the Cup, but the opponent will be Como, led by former Barcelona player Cesc Fabregas. While the return to the Camp Nou has been highly anticipated, La Liga action won't actually kick off until the week after when El Barça travels to Mallorca. But we won't see a full La Liga game back at the Camp Nou until September when Barça take on Valencia, the weekend of the 14th. It's a strange road trip of 3 games to start the season, but it gives the Camp Nou some time to get ready. And in August, you'll have 2 chances to catch Espanyol play at home in La Liga, on the first and third match days against Atletico de Madrid and Osasuna respectively. Now, August only has one official public holiday, and that's August 15th, celebrating the Assumption of Mary. Most tourist attractions stay open, but smaller shops, markets, and local restaurants may close. On the bright side, though, this holiday kicks off some of the city's best neighborhood festivals. Let's start with the Festas de Sant Roc, taking place from August 12th to the 16th this year, right in the Gothic Quarter in front of the Roman walls in that Plaça Nova. These are Barcelona's oldest city festivals dating back to 1589. Do some quick mental math, and that's 436 years. It all has everything to do with a man named Roc who came over to the city from Italy, got the plague, and didn't want to spread it to anybody, so he went and lived outside of the city walls. When nobody was willing to help him out, the baker's dog was the only thing that would really bring him some food and always brought him some bread. You'll find his statue on display inside of the Roman walls right as you enter through the Bishop's Gate. And you'll notice that that dog standing right next to him is holding some bread. During the festival, you'll find some traditional dances, human towers, parades with giants, and a ton of energy going on in the Plaça Nova. And it's all right in front of the cathedral. But it's a festival that most tourists walk right by without realizing it's even going on. Then there's the Festa Major de Gracia, running from August 15th to the 21st. Easily the most famous neighborhood festival of the year. The streets of Gracia are completely transformed with elaborate handmade decorations, live music, fire runs, castellers, those human towers, and all kinds of cultural activities. This has always been my favorite neighborhood festival, but keep in mind it's probably everybody else's too, which means the streets are absolutely packed. With all of that going on and the heat, you'll want to wear some light layers, but I always recommend wearing shoes or harder sandals. Never flip-flops, as the ground can get pretty messy. The best part of the festival is the decoration of the 20 or more streets in the plazas that compete for the best design. Again, if you really want to see all of them without all of the crowds, the best thing to do is to go early in the morning. And at the end of the month, you've got the Festa Major de Sants, this year running from August 23rd to the 31st. This is one of the festivals with a more local vibe, and it feels less crowded, but you've still got all the decorated streets, free concerts, traditional activities, and a few surprises. It's a great way to explore another neighborhood in Barcelona and see how the locals celebrate. It runs right after the Festas de Gracia, so you'll see many people that were celebrating over there make their way to the Sants neighborhood then. This year, because the festivals don't overlap, I would expect to see much bigger crowds over at Sants. As with any of these festivals, they are super popular and a great time. Just remember that despite the fame, they started as gatherings for the locals, so respect their neighborhoods while you're there. Now, if you're in town in the middle of the month, don't miss the Circuit Festival, running from August 9th to the 17th. It's the biggest LGBTQ summer party in all of Europe, with nightclubs, day parties, beach events, and poolside fun all over the city. Whether you're going all in or just checking out a few of the events, the energy at this festival is crazy during the week that it's in town. And also happening from August 7th to the 10th is Brunch Electronic, a 4-day electronic music festival playing between the Park of the Forum and the Popla Español in Montjuic. If you're into electronic music or late-night dancing, this is one to look into. Just be ready for long nights and loud beats. Now let's talk about some of the special summer-only experiences you should know about if you're coming in August. Sala Montjuic is one of my personal summer favorites, an open-air cinema set up right next to the Montjuic Castle. They screen movies Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and it's always a great time. People bring blankets, picnic baskets, and bottles of wine, and you watch films under the stars with the castle in the background. They even have live music before the screening starts. This year's movie lineup has some big films like Wicked and Anora, popular hits like Blade Runner, and wraps up in early August with a surprise movie. This year, unfortunately due to the construction, the event has been moved to the Three Chimneys in Sant Adrià de Besòs. And while you won't get the castle as the backdrop, you will see a new part of the city that you probably wouldn't have visited, along with a concert and a film instead. The Grec Festival is Barcelona's main summer arts festival running throughout July, featuring theaters, dance, circus, and live music performances in beautiful outdoor settings, including the historic Teatre Grec on Montjuic. Even if you're not into theater, the venues and atmosphere are worth checking out. And if you're looking for some other great evening activities to combine a show and some of the top tourist attractions you were probably planning on visiting anyway, you have two options to visit Gaudi's most famous houses along with a show. For Magic Nights at Casa Batlló, Gaudi's iconic building turns into a magical rooftop concert venue on summer evenings. You get a special guided visit through the house and finish the night with a live music concert on the rooftop terrace. It's a really fun and unforgettable Barcelona experience. Second is the Casa Milà Night Experience. Also known as La Pedrera, Gaudi's other masterpiece lights up after dark with a special nighttime tour. You'll explore the surreal architecture with projections and music, ending on the rooftop with panoramic views all over the city. And if you've got the Fever app, check out what's happening while you're here. They organize everything from candlelight concerts in beautiful historic venues to themed parties, immersive art pop-ups, and foodie events. And many of these activities can only be found on the app. As a Fever ambassador, you can use my link for special discounts. Remember that this is just a snapshot of some of the top events for August, but there's so much more happening all over the city all summer long. So if you want to make sure you're not missing anything, check out the links below to sign up for some of these activities and events, and for the Patrick Guide to Barcelona, my guidebook where I've put everything I know about Barcelona into one place to make sure that you don't miss a thing.